Unfortunate side that I'm still trying to figure out is the Playboy bunnies get paid to show their goods and people want to see them. I'm paying to show my stuff and ain't nobody interested, so yeah, I'm going back to the drawing board on that one. Now, I worked in healthcare for 20 years, so I'm fascinated by science and technology. And I do have radiation 5 days a week. And I go into this room with this multi-million-dollar machine. A lot of highly trained technical people work there, and I'm not saying that because they're sitting right over there. And they have this machinery and all this high multi-million-dollar equipment, and they strap this. It's called a bolus, but I know it's an expensive piece of equipment. It just looks like a gallon-sized Ziploc bag filled with gel, made in Thailand for 8 cents a day. They strap it to me with one of technology's highest piece of equipment, masking tape. I look at it as old school technology and new school bridging the gap. Now, as you notice, my hair's grown back. I'm real excited. It didn't fall out from the chemo.
There you go.
When I opened my hospital bill and I saw how much that masking tape was. Tell you. But I know you've all seen those commercials where they talk about the hospitals and they say, we're all for the patient. It's all about them. In a stress-free environment, we're focused on them. I have a teeny tiny problem with that. Like I said, I go to radiation 5 days a week, and I noticed this sign on the door. They didn't meet with the people who create the signs before they do those ads, because the sign on the door has a symbol. I don't know what the symbol is, but it says grave danger. That's not stress-free. I think they should be a little creative with it. I think the sign should say something like, extreme tanning going on. Welcome to the bake room. Napalm being applied. I'm just saying. That's just me. Now, I gotta tell you, after I had my surgery, the first time I looked in the mirror at my scar, I was like, wow. I look like a voodoo doll that's in the discount bin at the Voodoo Mart. And I could imagine how they would try to sell me. No high priestess pearl. Me tell you she's still good. For real, you know what? She comes with parts. She has hair. But me throwing 2 chicken and a wig and you can have her for 50 cents. Now, since I've had some time, it's been quite an adventure to talk to my friends. Since I've had some time on my hands to relax. And we talk about, simple things from back in the day when you were a kid. Now, tell me, everybody in this room has had a family member that you looked up to, that you thought was just like so cool, you always wanted to be with them, or maybe even be them when you grew up. This girl had an uncle. He was the first one, I give him credit, to have, the house with a pool. The barbecues every weekend, money for the kids to go get ice cream when the truck came down the street. And when you're having good times like that, you don't want it to end, so you beg your parents, let me spend the night, so, hang out and the party's still going. This particular night, she spent the night with this crazy-ass uncle of hers. He woke up all the kids at like 2 in the morning. He told them they all had to go into the kitchen. This man had been making steaks and baked potatoes and had these kids at the table like... She tells me, looking in retrospect, now that I'm a mother, that fool was high. There ain't no way in the world some bullshit like that going on in that school. I'm just glad that fool liked to cook. Thank God he wasn't a carpenter. I'd be painting the damn roof. That's some bullshit. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something now. Don't underestimate the elderly. They can't stop. I got this aunt. She used to watch all of us when we were coming up, while our parents worked. And she volunteered her time at the church. This was her way of being an example to the rest of us. She volunteered a couple days a week, and one of those days was to a soup kitchen, which is awesome. She got that kind of time. Either she was a magician or she had people. Because she didn't live near this church, And every day after soup kitchen, like clockwork, she would call, yeah, come get this bag for your mother. Now, to give you an idea of the distance of the church, I lived across the street from the church, and it took me a 20-minute bus ride and to walk 3-4 blocks to her house. Get to her house, open the door, in the living room, 10 bags. And I'm not talking about no jewel bags. Now, I know some of you about my age range, so you all remember them white A&P bags that sit by themselves with the handles and you can line them with a brown paper bag? 10 of them lined up. Inside each bag now, again, I know some of you know what I'm talking about. She had a box of powdered milk in each of those. Now, you know that box is not small. She had cereal, she had a brick of cheese, dressing, all that for 10 bags, 10 families. All I could do was sit there and look at her and be like, my aunt is the Scarface of food. I'm trying to figure out who ate at the soup kitchen and how the hell is she boosting this shit out of it. That's my time in Chicago.